Yes, sir. So here we go again. This time we're live. Usually I try to mix it up. Sometimes I'll drop a live, sometimes I'll edit a video. I try to keep y'all up to date with different shorts every day, keep y'all, entertained. But every once in a while, every week, I'm trying to get back into the habit of going live or dropping my edited videos. The problem with this is I'm a very busy man. You got to understand, this is my side hustle for now, so I got a lot of things that I'm juggling, but I'm making time for everyone. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. So today we're talking about, as you see on the thumbnail, as you see on the title, today we're talking about Tiffany Haddish. She has recently been on TMZ talking about, I'm lonely, I'm going to Israel. I want to see what's going on. It's a very interesting interview right there. So we're going to review that. And then, I don't know if you know, but Joe Rogan had Kid Rock on his show a couple days ago. And they were talking about Israel. Kid Rock was saying, we need to just bomb them all. Like, we need to bring rain on them, basically. Just rain on them. And that was a very interesting conversation. There's some things that I wanted to point out from that conversation. So we're going to review these two situations, and I'm going to give you all some feedback, some thoughts on that. So everyone coming into the room, I got a lot of new folks here. My channel's just now starting to grow, so I want to salute, appreciate everyone who's joining the channel, subscribing to the channel. Y'all go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, boost us in the algorithm, hit the thumbs up button, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Now, with that being said, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I'm going to have to cut this music. I'm going to cut this music. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. What's going on here? Ah, don't tell me that. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Uh-oh. 1 second, guys. I'm having some problems here. I want to get it together, though. Okay. All right. We're here. We're here. That just threw that off, didn't it? Yes, it did. All right. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. I'm troubleshooting. Y'all bear with me as I troubleshoot this. I'm going to troubleshoot this. Y'all bear with me. There we go. Boom. How's that? How's that? We're going to get it. Y'all just bear with me, all right? Give me 1 moment. We're going to get it together. I promise you. I promise you. You just be patient. We're going to get this thing together. Okay, there we go. All right, let's clean this up right quick. Clean this up. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Here we go. So let me make sure. We're going to start off talking about Tiffany Haddish's stuff. So let's start off with this conversation here. Again, I appreciate everyone. Rock with me. Here we go with Tiffany Haddish. Let's hit the play button on this. Boom.
Is so meaningful. Tell us why you decided.
Out of their own homes that were on their way to work, driving from Palestine to Israel, working here on a daily basis, and how they were taking as well. Like, just.
Can y'all hear that? Make sure y'all can hear that. So she's starting off solid. She's starting off solid. She's saying, she wants to go there, get on the ground, and see what exactly is going on in Israel. Now, I personally, as someone who's done a lot of traveling, I can understand, the desire to see what exactly is going on in Israel. Tiffany Haddish, she is Jewish. Now, so she is Jewish. She practices the faith of Judaism. So I can understand her having an interest in what's going on in Israel. She's saying she wants to go there and see for herself. Personally, I would have some pushback because it's a very dangerous time You are really going into a ground zero of a military target in an international conflict, which is warming up towards World War III. You have got a country that is actively in conflict with Hezbollah. I'm talking about Lebanon, Syria, tensions with Iran, the Houthis in Yemen. Israel is a big target for a single woman to go there alone. To me, it seems like unadvisable, to say the least. I don't know if that's a wise thing to do. But let's listen more what she has to say.
I wanted to talk to the people. I wanted to be with the people. I wanted to see with my own eyes, hear with my own ears.
What have you heard so far?
I've learned a lot. I learned that people were taken out of their homes. I learned that people were taken away.
Now listen, you don't have to go all the way to Israel to learn people were taken out of their homes. Anyone with news can see October 7th, people were kidnapped. We already got that. Right now, it is Israel responding to October 7th, which happened months ago. Right now, Israel is taking conflict for their response. That's what's happening. I don't know what exactly it is that she's trying to learn by going there, but I digress.
From that actual event that was happening. All those people that were killed, there was a lot of people killed, but a lot of people were kidnapped from that event. I didn't know that before. I learned that there's 100 people that have been freed from slavery, but there's still, from being a hostage in Gaza, but there's still 100 and plus people that are over there.
One of the things that has really captured the world's attention is the scope of the retaliation by Israel. And, 30,000 Palestinians have died from all of this. Are you looking at that too? Are you looking at that part of the equation?
Yes, I'm going over there too. I'm a firm believer of go see with your own eyes before you pass judgment. Go there cautiously, be cautious, but go see for yourself. I care about both sides.
No, she's saying she cares about both sides. To give y'all some background context here, the reason they're having this interview is because Tiffany Haddish, as everyone should know, she's a comedian, and she went on stage. She went on stage and she was making jokes. She was basically saying, "I'm single. I'm going over to Israel. I'm looking for a husband." So she was getting some pushback. People were saying, "You're going to go all the way to Israel," which is people. Israel is a hard thing to defend right now. Like read the room. People are not rocking with Israel right now. There's already this whole gender divide going between black folks. You talking about you going all the way to Israel? I don't know. I don't know. She's getting some pushback, so this is her trying to clean it up.
I care about humanity, human beings. I know this is like a lot of religious stuff going on, a lot of control of the land, a lot of, no Jews here, no this there, whatever. That's either here nor there with me. It's about the human life, human beings, man. And that's what I care about. And so that's why I'm here.
I mean, there are people on social media who are saying Tiffany shouldn't have cracked jokes about finding a man in Israel. I got to say, in our morning meeting, it's like she's a comedian, for crying out loud. But I want to at least give you a chance to talk about that.
Now, I do agree. She's a comedian. And one thing I don't like, I would support freedom of speech. So I don't think that people should be getting canceled, especially comedians. If they have a joke and it's a bad joke, okay, like just let it go, watch a different comedian. But that whole get canceling people because they said something you don't like, especially comedians, that's their whole job. Like, why are you going to a comedy show listening to comedians if you're already uptight? You got to stick up your butt. Just don't watch comedy.
I'm here
This is what she has to say.
all by myself, just like I was saying in 2018 when they was asking me about Monique and her husband, and I said I don't do my business the way she does business. 2018 when they was asking me about Monique and her husband, and I said I don't do my business the way she does business because I don't have a husband. I don't have what she has, right? I'm all alone. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like I'm doing this all by myself. I don't have a whole family full of men or men.
Hold on, guys. I gotta run that back a little bit because I messed around and pressed the wrong button. But listen, guys, she starts to get a little emotional here, And they say all good jokes contain some real truth. All good jokes contain some real truth. So right now she's getting some pushback for saying, she's going to Israel to find a man. But now when asked about it, like, was that just a joke? she starts to get emotional. It sounds like that was really her game plan. Like that was really her game plan. And I gotta tell you, like, I don't know, as a hip hop head, you know, Common was trying to press up on Tiffany Haddish years ago. Like Common was rocking with Tiffany Haddish for whatever reason that thing didn't work out, but I don't know. Like it seems like going all the way into an active war zone as opposed to just rocking out with Common. I don't know. I'm a straight dude. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what decision she made. I'm a straight dude. I got my lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But you left Common to go all the way to Israel. Shorty, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? Shorty should just stuck with Common. But I don't know. That's just what I say. That's just what I say. But listen to Tiffany Haddish. She's getting a little emotional when talking about going to Israel to find herself a zaddy.
To talk about that.
I'm here all by myself, just like I was saying in 2018 when they was asking me about Monique and her husband, and I said I don't do my business the way she does business because I don't have a husband. I don't have what she has, right? I'm all alone. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like I'm doing this all by myself. I'm not. I don't have a whole family full of men or a man supporting me. I'm doing it on my own. I'm learning on my own. So for people to say like I have to make light of something that the average female wouldn't do. The average female wouldn't have the courage to go see for themselves. It's a lot of scary ass bitches out here, and y'all can be scared. But I'm gonna go ahead and follow my instincts.
See, and here's the thing about it. When she's trying out, I had some empathy for her. At first, she's like, I'm out here doing it alone. I'm trying to follow my instincts. Like, I'm just doing the best I can. And I get that. But here's the thing when she starts to turn it on, there's a lot of stupid girls out here, and they don't even have the heart to go and try, like, listen, if that's what you're going to do, just go do that and just stand on that for yourself. You don't got to start turning on other people and they're stupid because they don't want to go to an active war zone. Listen, you want to go to Israel right now where all these countries are looking to wipe Israel off the map. You want to go there and find your man. All right, cool. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with that. But everyone who doesn't do that, that doesn't make them stupid. That doesn't mean they're stupid for not wanting to go over there. Listen, people are trying to follow their instincts to survive. And it seems counter instinctual, counterproductive to go into a active war zone if your intention is to survive. But I don't know. I don't know. I want to make this point, and we're going to close it out with Tiffany's Haddish part here. But I want to close it out with this. One thing when I was having some empathy for, I would say this: a lot of black folks, we got to take these times that we're living in very seriously. Before 2020, it's okay. We wanted to go out and travel. We wanted to see the world. We get our passport stamps. Listen, that's cool. That was a cool thing to do. Right now, if you're an adult, I don't know, there might be kids watching me, but I'm speaking to the adults. The adults in the room, the parents, the husbands, the wives, the adults in the room. Right now is not the time to be over here playing. Right now is not the time to be recklessly by yourself. Tiffany Haddish is a single woman moving into the Middle East to go. Listen, now's the time to be looking to secure yourself and your family. You need to be storing, stockpiling, getting prepared for the things that are soon to come. We are moving into some dangerous times. All types of threats are facing the nation right now. We've got the southern border open with sleeper cells coming across the border. These aren't all just women and children. No, these are military age men coming across the southern border. Many of them aren't even from Mexico. Some of them from China, Russia. You think people from the Middle East aren't aware that there's an open southern border, and if you want to get into America to do some type of terrorist attack, that is the way in? No, people know. We need to be getting prepared for possible terrorist attacks within the country, possible cyber attacks. Mind you, mind you, COVID and all that 2020 was predicted. It was predicted prior to 2020 that that would happen. And now the same people who predicted COVID are predicting a cyber attack. These times that we're living in should be used for preparation. We need to be getting ourselves prepared for the dangers that are soon to come. Moving out there and exploring, that's not right now. But hey, that's just what I think. Let's finish out. Let's hear the last word from Tiffany Haddish, then we'll move on to Joe Rogan.
Ass bitches out here, and y'all can be scared, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow my instincts. and learn as much as I can learn. Educate myself before I go speaking on subject matters.
Yo, shout out to TMZ for that one. That was an interesting conversation that they had with Tiffany Haddish. I wish her nothing but the best. I know she's under the Cat Williams umbrella. I rock with Cat Williams. I don't have anything against Tiffany Haddish. I really do wish her the best. I hope that she finds everything she's looking for. But I hope above all that she's safe. And I really the one thing I say I do have more empathy for her than I do any other emotion. I have empathy for her. She's out there. She says she's single. She's looking for guidance, and I just think Israel is a dangerous place to look for. But moving on. So Joe Rogan had a conversation with Kid Rock the other day, and this was a very interesting conversation. It's a short one. We're gonna play this, and I'm gonna break this one down because they said some interesting things. Now, if you're not familiar, let me just set this up a little bit, give you all some background, some context information here. Kid Rock, he was like a country slash rock star back in the day. I'm talking about the 90s. I'm thinking like late 90s, early 2000s was his run. He had, that hit with Nelly. I don't even remember the name of the song, but he had a song with Nelly that kind of allowed him to cross over. At first, he was more like in the rock, kind of like paler skin side of the game type of music genres. But then he crossed over with that track with Nelly, and that kind of gave him some street credibility, gave him some love from the black folks. So he was a big artist back in the late '90s, early 2000s. For the younger folks who might not know who Kid Rock is, now Joe Rogan's interviewing him, and Kid Rock now is like a conservative dude. He was leading the charge against the Bud Light situation with the tranny representing Bud Light. So Kid Rock is now he's like, hey, I'm a conservative. I'm super Republican. Yeah, let's go, brother, type dude. So check out this interview. I'm going to break this one down. I think it's interesting. Check this out.
If you lived in Gaza, you would be convinced that it's the end of the world, right? Because it is the end of the world in one place. In that spot, it's the end of the world. But where you are, it's not. And you got to look at it that way. And when I look at it that way, I'm like,
the only
ooh.
wars we won were the fucking ones we were the most brutal motherfuckers on the planet. Which I don't disagree with what Israel's doing. It's like they should just go in there and be like, you know what? We want our hostages back. If we don't have them back, clock starts now in fucking 24 hours. We're going to start bombing motherfuckers and killing fucking civilians. 30, 40,000 a fucking time. So you civilians better fucking pack up and fucking get these fucking motherfuckers and you go against Hamas. You fucking go against them.
Now, what are you saying might sound crazy. What do you say? It might sound crazy, but that is technically the policy of Israel right now. What do you say? This sounds crazy. He's literally saying, hey, bomb everyone, and if they don't like it, tell the people that are there, the innocent people, to turn on Hamas and kill them themselves. So basically, what he's saying, hey, grandma, hey, auntie, hey, ma, hey, 12-year-old kids, hey, sons, grandmothers, turn against your husbands. Turn against your father. Son, turn against father. Wife, turn against husband. How is that possible? How does he imagine that's going to happen? You just spent decades bombing these people into oblivion. Their offspring are being born into families seeing their cousins get exploded, getting bombed, getting shot, getting sniped. And now you're telling them, okay, we're going to wipe you all out unless the weaker of the group turn against the stronger. Talk about unreasonable. And I mean, he clearly doesn't care. But the thing about it is, what he's saying is actively being done. As far as Israel is concerned, Kid Rock is correct. As far as Israel is concerned, hey, we just need to go ahead, bomb everyone. If they don't like it, they got two choices. They can either leave, go ahead and head out to Egypt, or they can turn on Hamas and kill themselves, suicide themselves. Man, talk about a lose-lose situation. On this channel, I try not to spend too much time speaking on the Israel-Gaza situation because that's not my group. On this channel, I'm a foundational Black American, so I try to support Black causes, try to push the American line. I'm here in America, Washington, D.C., so I'm trying to push my line. But when I see some stuff like this, I mean, every once in a while, I just got to take a moment and just call it out because what they're really calling for is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's going to lead us all to destruction. And if for no other reason than self preservation, we got to understand bombing these people into oblivion. Even if Hamas can't defend themselves and Gazans can't defend themselves, Lebanon isn't going for that. Syria is not going for that. Iran is not going for that. And they're able to defend themselves, at least defend themselves against Israel. Israel is not the big dog on the block. America backing Israel makes us the big dog on the block. And America is in decline, in case you haven't noticed. In case you haven't noticed, America is on decline. Right now is the time hey man, we need to sit this one out, bro. We need to tap Israel on the shoulder and be like, hey man, relax, G. Relax. Because you're gonna write us both. You're gonna get us both caught up in this situation. Joe Biden would do that if he was in his right mind. So, let's listen to more of this conversation.
We're not playing fucking games with you. That's
Yeah,
the only thing people understand.
civilians
This is what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Boom! Just wiped out. They're like, oh, yes, we don't have Supreme Leader anymore. We did not know you had such big bombs.
Yeah, but everybody has big bombs now. The problem is you use a big bomb, you set a precedent that they can use a big bomb.
They don't have one.
Well, they don't, but their allies do.
Then we
That's
bomb
the real
fuck
problem.
out of them. Someone's going to learn.
Yeah, but
you gotta get your ass beat hard enough.
You can't just nuclear bomb people.
And I'm playing this. You might think, oh well, they're just some old, artists. They don't know anything. But these are the type of conversations that are actively taking place in the halls of power. And they're going to touch on something that I think is really interesting and really important. So let me stop pausing. Y'all check it out.
I didn't say nuke 'em.
Nuclear bomb you back.
No, I didn't say nuke.
Okay, you said
'em.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I thought you meant it like
no,
that.
No, I was saying just the brute force of strength used in those.
Yeah, but
conflicts.
even a conventional bombing campaign, if you want to do that somewhere, they can do that to your place. And this is what we have to
fuck
avoid.
around and find out.
Yeah, until someone launches nukes. And then we have our civilization is over. The world as you know it ceases to exist. There is no more electricity. Whatever tools you have or things you find, and a small percentage of us are going to make it to breed and then make new kids.
I like how you said
go
us.
out into the world.
Did you catch that? Did you catch that? I like how you said us. Listen to this again. There's going to be we're going to get bombed back. And we're going to change the way that we live forever. And you're going to have to adjust. And listen to how he says, but us, we are going to... Listen to this again. Listen to this again. I'm going to try not to pause it, but listen again.
And this is what we have to
fuck
avoid.
around and find out?
Yeah, until someone launches nukes. And then we have our civilization is over. The world as you know it ceases to exist. There is no more electricity. Whatever tools you have or things you find, and a small percentage of us are going to make it to breed and then make new kids.
I like how you said
go
us.
out into the world.
I like
There's very few people that are going to live, man.
Well, it's like me and you could probably
maybe.
figure it out.
Yeah. I have chickens too. I have elk in the fridge.
Do you hear what they're talking about? These are two elite people. These are two multimillionaires. I'm talking about sitting on dozens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, Kid Rock, he might seem like just an old artist, but no, he's had quite a career. I'm talking about dozens of millions of dollars. These people are talking openly about the possibility of a nuke, America being nuked. And in this conversation, he says, yeah, we'll probably be all right. We will probably be all right. Who is we? You and I watching this, me talking and y'all watching. Do you think, raise your hand if you think you're part of that we? Because we have some people like Tiffany Haddish who thinks that the good idea is going out into Israel. If you think America is going to get nuked, what do you think is going to happen to Israel? This is why I'm saying we need to take things like this more seriously. The times that we're living in, we need to take these times more seriously. We've got people talking about, oh, I need to find a husband, so I'm going to Israel while they're in an active war zone. Meanwhile, we have multimillionaires talking about, Yeah, well, I have chickens. A lot of people aren't going to make it, but you and I will probably be all right. Think about how you're living. Think about how you're preparing. Think about the conversations you're having. Because me and mine, we're talking about, okay, we might not have those multi-millions, but we're going to do what we can do on our level and where we're at to prepare for what may or may not come. Let's listen a little bit more. This is an interesting conversation. Y'all be sure to hit the thumbs up button, guys. I appreciate everyone, checking me out here. I appreciate y'all all checking me out, subscribing to the channel and all that good stuff.
I think he
There's
said,
very few people that are going to live, man.
well, it's like me and you could probably
Maybe.
figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I have chickens too. I have elk in the freezer too. But that freezer's not going to stay on.
You can gut an elk.
I can gut an elk.
Yeah.
But that freezer's not going to stay on. So I'm going to lose most of my meat. Unless I turn it into jerky, you're going to have to do something to figure out how to fucking get by because the world is going to be different. You're not going to have any electricity forever. For the rest of your life, there'll be no electricity.
Just throwing paint at the wall, but what if we empower the people of Palestine who could be good people? I don't know.
Just
last I checked.
So just a moment ago, Kid Rock's over here talking about we should bomb them all, bomb the grandmothers, bomb the children. And next thing you know, 2 minutes later into the conversation, he's talking about there might be some good people over there. I don't know. Do you hear how heartless some folks could be, dog? 1 minute you just, hey, bomb them all, man, woman, and child. Just bomb them all. Next minute you're saying, oh, there's good people. Bruh, I don't know how some people can compartmentalize humans like that. Listen, I'm all for upholding justice, laws, and all that stuff, but it's literally against international law. It's called collective punishment. What he's advocating by saying kill everyone unless they're able to get rid of Hamas. That's collective punishment. You can't do that, man. It's against international law.
Most of these motherfuckers hate us, and I'm not saying all the people do. There's probably a lot that don't. Just like in Iran, the population is, because of the Iraq war, there's so many under 50 there. That's like the majority.
The thing is,
them.
these guys don't have access to other information outside of where they live, and then on top
fucking
of that,
Elon, send the Starlink. We'll send them some fucking guns. Fucking let's go.
The problem is, most of them would be so opposed to Israel that they would want to use those guns to go attack Israel.
Well, then now we have due reason to fuck them all up.
Yeah, but if you think about you're a kid and you don't know why there's a conflict between Palestine and Israel, and you're living in Palestine, and then they start bombing, and then they kill your mom. Yeah, but you didn't do, but you didn't do anything.
It sounds like Bud Light.
And then you get guns. You're gonna go want to attack people. You're going to want to avenge them. You're going to want to join whatever group, whatever terrorist group. So why did
World War II end?
Well, why did World War II start?
Checkmate.
You got a dude who's fucking methed up. You got a Adolf Hitler.
Now check out this exchange. Check out where they're going with this. Kid Rock says, okay, why did World War II end? It ended because we dropped the bombs. We being America dropped the bombs on Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Joe responds, okay, well, why did it start? The war started, well, really it started because, as far as America's involvement started because of Pearl Harbor, but the war itself started because of Adolf Hitler and his expansion into, Poland and the other countries in Europe, Eastern Europe. Okay, so the question that I want to ask, and y'all leave it in the chat if you get a chance. Y'all leave it in the chat if you're rocking with me. If you've made it this far, I appreciate y'all for hitting the thumbs up button. But leave it in the chat. Do you think America, we looking back on World War II, we think that was a just war. We pride ourselves in the fact that we fought on the right side of history in World War II. Do you think that America will pride ourselves on the side that we've chosen in World War III? If World War III, hypothetically speaking, let's say World War III begins due to the conflict in Israel with some type of escalation between Israel and Iran or Israel and Jordan. Let's say that's the spark that ignites World War III. The United States fights on behalf of Israel. We don't know if we will win or lose. I would like to assume and hope that we would win, but in the vision that I'm saying, it would be a lose-lose situation. Everyone would lose. because now we have too many nukes being perforated throughout the globe. But assuming everyone survives, do you think that we would be proud? Do you think we would be proud of ourselves? Do you think we would be proud of ourselves for having backed Israel in World War III? Understanding the creation of Israel, not the group, because mind you, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, so I've got my own beliefs as far as the people of the book, as far as biblical prophecy and things of that nature. But do you think that the United States, the people who live here in World War III, would be proud that their country fought on the side of Israel? I don't know. I don't know. Because when I think about a lot of the wars that we've had recently, when I think about the war in Iraq, do you think Americans should be proud of our combat in Iraq? When I think about the situation in a lot of these countries, turning over Libya, instigating civil war and getting rid of Gaddafi, we turned the richest country in Africa into a failed country with open air slave markets. When I think about a lot of these conflicts that we've been involved in the past 20 years, it's hard to pick one that I'd be proud of. Now, it's easy to point to World War II and say, yeah, we're proud that we fought on the right side of that. But do you think we would be proud to fight on this side for World War III? I don't know. Just a question. Y'all leave it in the comment section. Would you be proud to fight on the side of Israel in World War III?
Methed up, charismatic dude that wants to take over the world. That's how it started. You know, how did it end? Nuclear bombs. But it also ended through attrition. You know, at the end of it, like the devastation on both sides was so horrible.
Terrible. But where was the end? What was
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
No, but what was the alternative?
Well, that's that case. You know, the thing about whenever you're bombing cities, like
what if that was your house? What if that was your house? Let's call your house Israel, and your neighbors are Palestine.
Okay.
Those motherfuckers you got a family of 4. They come over and fucking take out 2 of them in the fucking worst way. Are you really gonna worry about what type of force you're using at your neighbors?
Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. I read all my comments, so we're going to continue with the story in a bit. But let me read some of these comments. All right, it says, shout out to Adasat. I apologize. I'm going to call you Mr. Flavor because I don't want to mispronounce anyone's name. Shout out Mr. Flavor. He said, I moved back home after 41 years, grew up in the USA, and now that I understand the Bible, Genesis chapter 15, verse 12, say the Western lands don't have a future, except for the Africans who must leave those lands. That's a fact. That's a fact, Mr. Flavor. That's a fact. Yeah, man. There's if you read the Bible, there's a lot of destruction. There's a lot of destruction that has been prophesied, and if you ask me, I'd say, and I'm gonna have to. So I'm going to get into some of these comments, but shout out Mr. Flavor, you just sparked a thought in me. Now I've had this Bible a series, and I'm going to bring it back. It's called Bible in the News. As y'all know, some of y'all are new to the channel. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, so every Saturday I like to do this thing where I'm looking at prophecies in the Bible and I'm comparing them to the timeline that we're living in today. I'm talking about prophecies such as the mark of the beast, prophecies such as no man shall buy or sell lest he have the mark of the beast. In the times we're living in now where people are moving into digital currencies. I'm going to bring back that series. So y'all be sure to check me out. I'm going to have that every Saturday for y'all. So y'all be sure to check out the series Bible in the News for anyone who's interested. So shout out Mr. Flavor for that. 206 man, very rational, sane, and thought-provoking conversation. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, and be sure to jump in the comment section whenever I try and bounce ideas back off the people. Back to Mr. Flavor. Think of the urgency of Noah, Sodom, and Gomorrah. And Revelations chapter 2:9. Thank you. Absolutely. Word, that will not mind. Absolutely, absolutely. Because you got to understand, man. You got to understand. We have had warnings. For example, I like to use this as an example. Anyone that knows anything about tsunamis, as you see on the shirt, I used to live out there in Hawaii. I lived out in Hawaii for like 5 years. Anyone that knows about tsunamis knows what happens when there's a tsunami is at first there's an initial wave. There's an initial wave and then the water goes back, and it recedes. That initial wave was 2020, and then it goes back. You see, we're starting to calm down. Things seem to be getting rational again. We're going back to normal. But the tsunami is what comes after the water recedes. Right now, what we're living in is the recession. Things seem like they're going back to normal. 2020 hit, we had to wear our face masks, and now we don't have to wear face masks anymore. We can jump on planes and we don't have to worry about so many things that we used to have to worry about during 2020, during the pandemic. And we think that things are getting back to normal. People are letting their guards down. But that's just the recession. That's just the waters from that initial wave receding and building up pressure and pressure and pressure until that fatal moment when that tsunami is going to hit. I'm telling you, my people, is going to hit. And that's why I'm here. I'm making this channel, trying to wake up the people so y'all be prepared. All right. Shout out once again to Mr. Flavor. Uh, Genesis 15:12. The Western civilization is troubled like daddy coming home, taking off his belt, getting to the whip of transgressors. Hey, listen though, Mr. Flavor, it's not just the West. Oh, please don't think it's just the West. Oh no. Oh no, it's going to be global. It's going to be global, man. It says no man shall buy or sell. Rich or poor, young or old, shall buy or sell, lest he have the mark of the beast. Which means it doesn't matter if you're in the West or the East. I've been to China. Those people don't use cash anymore. Everyone in China is on WeChat. Think I'm lying if you want to. Everyone on China, they don't even use cash. You're talking about Mark of the Beast. They don't even use cash. They use WeChat. Here in America, they've got stores that are starting to, you walk up, you want a taco, fish taco or something like that. Hey, sorry, we don't take cash. We take Apple Pay. We're not taking cash. Here in America, the prophecy says, no man shall buy or sell lest he take the mark. It doesn't say no man in the West, no man in United States. No, it says no man. That's going to be a worldwide phenomenon. And I'm telling you, a lot of things that I'm y'all are gonna have to check me out, y'all. The channel's starting to build. I'm gonna appreciate y'all's support, but I'm gonna be dropping a lot of game on this channel. A lot of times we get caught up as black folks thinking, about this race stuff, thinking, oh, because I'm a firm believer in reparations, but a lot of times we get overly focused on this race stuff, and I'm telling you, when that mark of the beast hit, that race stuff is going to be a thing of the past. You worried about race, it's going to be the people who take the mark and the people who don't take the mark. There's going to be people in this world who refuse to take the mark of the beast, the mark mentioned in the book of Revelations, the mark that's saying you have to put a chip in your hand or in your forehead in order to buy or sell. So you can't go in a 7-Eleven without the mark. You can't go to the gas station. You can't pay, you can't buy a new car. You can't go to Subway or go to Starbucks. You can't go. You work and you get your check, but you can't spend it because you haven't taken the mark of the beast. It's going to be those people, the people who refuse to take the mark, and then it's going to be all the people who do take the mark. You think I'm lying? All right, fine. Go read the book of Revelations. If you still think I'm lying, well, good luck to you. I'm just trying to tell you this whole division as far as, oh, he's rich, he's a lawyer, he doesn't care about me, and I'm a truck driver, I'm working at Walmart, wherever y'all work, whatever. You think there's this division based on class? Not that's temporary. I'm telling you, what's soon to come is going to put all this division as far as economics, that's going to be wiped away. The division that's going to be as far as race, black people, white people, that's going to be wiped away. In the future that is not too distant, which is soon to come, in the future, prophesied in the book of Revelations, every man will either take the mark of the beast or they will not. And those who will not are going to be getting on some real gangsters. You understand what I'm saying? Because you try to survive when you can't buy anything. You try to survive when you can't go to McDonald's. You can't buy McDonald's. You can't buy gas for your car. You can't buy coffee in the morning. You can't buy firewood. You can't buy gas. You can't buy gas for your house. You can't pay utilities. You do not have the mark. It's going to be people who have the mark and people who don't. That's what's going to come. Call me a lie if you want to. Shout out to Mr. Flavor. The enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy. 2 plus 2 is 4. The enemy came to steal, kill, and destroy. Absolutely. Now, who has fits in this connotation in history in the world? All right, all right, all right. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to play all that conversation. We had Tiffany Haddish here. There's a few seconds here. I close out with this clip of Joe Rogan having this conversation with Kid Rock, and I'll end out with some closing thoughts. So let's finish this video.
No, you definitely.
Well, the wife
wouldn't.
didn't have anything to do with it. We got to make sure she's okay and get some aid. This and there's like, no, I'm sorry, man. This is fucking war. It's terrible. It's the worst thing on earth. I'm a peaceful man.
Right, but you're not supposed to pick civilian targets. That's actually a
You
war
can't
crime.
fight war like that. When
But you're not supposed
they're
to pick
hiding in
civilian
civilian targets.
They are. So that's where, like, the Mossad
They're in
have been able
hospitals.
to
They
get
got
into
trenches
hospitals.
fucking underneath. They got operation centers.
They killed those dudes.
And all we can
the
do is
other
go
day.
by the reporting. Like, I get it. But at some point, you got to believe something, right?
No, I definitely do. They definitely seem to be doing that. But also, if you're a person who's born in Palestine, you're fucked. You're under their control. It's not your fault. And
By birth, you're fucked.
Yeah, but those aren't our enemy.
Yeah, man. All right. Y'all bear with me. Absolutely, guys. All right. So that's gonna be it for today's show. I'm gonna leave y'all with these thoughts, man. The reason I wanted to play this video was because I think we gotta really take the times that we're living in more seriously. I played the clip of Tiffany Haddish talking about, she's going over to Israel to find a man. Listen, I know we got the whole conversation about passport bros, men, going out to other countries, and I've lived in a lot of different countries. I lived in China, South Africa, Mozambique, been to Russia, I've been to Canada, Mexico. I do a lot of travel, so I understand where some women can feel threatened by men, with their passports. I can understand that, but the solution is not to play tit for tat. Because women, you can put yourselves in a very dangerous situation going out to some of these places in the Middle East, especially right now, the times we're living in. Guys, whether you be a male or a female, right now is the time to be preparing. I'm talking about, if you don't have a Costco card, get a Costco card. You need to be buying things in bulk. Think about 2020. When 2020 hit, what were the things that people bought first? People were rushing out there to get toilet paper. People were rushing out there to get water. We didn't know how long we were going to want to stay in the house. Now imagine a situation like that was going to occur again. Imagine. All right, so peep this. I got an appointment in a few minutes. I'm gonna close out with this. I'm gonna have to run. But look. All right, 2020. It was a pandemic, right? People were able to, who were once going into the office to get their work done, they were able to work at home. Right now, 2020 is when I first started actually taking a look at getting this YouTube channel off the ground, right? People were, okay, I'm at home, there's nothing for me to do, let me get on my phone. We were able to survive indoors relatively comfortably. Now imagine it was a different situation in 2020. Imagine instead of a virus, it was a cyber attack. An hour the power grid goes down, boom, for 3 months, which means, oh, you work from home? Not anymore. There's no power. You can't charge your computer. You can't charge your phone. There's no power. Oh, you used to be a YouTuber? Not anymore. You can't charge your computer. You used to work in tech? Not anymore. Oh, you used to work at the grocery store? Not anymore. The ATMs are down. The cameras are down, which means people are running in here, taking our stuff. And if you care, if you do anything about it, pow, everybody's fingers work. People taking your stuff. What are you going to do about it when the power's down, the cameras, there's no cameras, people masked up? What are you going to do about it? 2020 was a dry run for what's to come, and 2020 was light. If you ask me in my mentality, 2020 was light work. People got lucky that we were able to work from home. People now are complaining, hey, I'm so comfortable working at home, I don't want to go back into the office. 2020 was a come up for a lot of people compared to what's coming. You think of COVID was bad. Imagine a world where there's a cyber attack. Imagine where the power grid goes down. Those are the type of situations we, especially as black folks, need to be preparing for. We need to be stocking up on water, stocking up on toilet paper, stocking up on non-perishable goods, foods, etc., solar-powered generators. We need to be stocking up on these things before 2024 hits, right? Because 2020 was crazy. People, I didn't know this was going to happen. I was in China during 2020. So my story is different. You can go back and check out some of the older videos. I was living in China. I was in China during 2020. So I seen a whole lot of stuff. I seen a whole lot of people changing, their mentalities, changing their lifestyles. We need to begin prepared. I'm going to close out with these comments and I'm going to call it. Kind of policies and sanctions placed on Russia are similar in some ways to pre-World War II policies and sanctions we had Germany and Japan. That's right, man. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. I got friends who live in Russia. I've been to Russia, actually. Yeah, I used to play chess, and I went to a chess tournament out there in Russia. I went to St. Petersburg and Moscow. I've got friends still to this day. I'm actually going to get off here, and I got to do some more work. One of my mentees is out there. So, yeah, man, I know a lot about the sanctions that they've got on Russia right now. They're, even in Russia, a lot of like McDonald's is closed. They don't have Nike. So if you are able to, deliver some of those products over there, it's money. It's money. Yeah, man. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to have to call it on this one. Y'all be sure to check me out. I'm going to try to get more of these lives around this time. And by the way, every Saturday, I'm going to have a new series where I'm comparing Bible prophecies. It's called Bible in the News. I'm going to be comparing the prophecies of the Word to things we're living in current day times, 2024 and beyond. So y'all check out that series every Saturday. I'm going to be dropping more lives around this time. I'm thinking around 8 to 9:30, something like that. So y'all be sure to check out the lives in the future. I appreciate everyone supporting the channel, hitting the thumbs up button, and subscribing to the channel. We're really blowing up in 2024, so I appreciate the support. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.